This video will highlight some of the features of the eThor control plane, internally known as ECP. First, we're going to log into ECP, at which point we're greeted with the list of stores. The stores have a name along with an identifier. They may be part of the same business, at which point we'll share the business ID across multiple stores. We can see the point of sale type, whether that be Res, Aloha, Symphony, payment platform. It could be PAX, CloverPoint, Verifone, etc. And here we can see what the workflow type is. And if we look at the actual stores themselves, there are a certain top-level configuration that gets shared across a payment device, point of sale terminal, and the back-of-house Windows service. And that typically consists of what are the tenders, for instance. The payment device will be supplying the tender information to the back-of-house component, so we'd know that this is what it's mapped to on that specific back-of-house. There's also the ability to look at transactions. So if we want to look at what transactions took place in the past 100 days, here we can see, okay, the last payment for this test store was January 29th. And then if we scroll to the side, we can see, okay, here are the specific details. It was taken on that device. We have a transaction ID in case we need to look that up for other purposes. We can see what the raw details were for that transaction and the metadata, such as is there a void or follow-on transaction that's linked to this, and then we can also just issue a receipt, and we can email the receipt from here to either ourselves or to a customer if they're asking. And if you leave these details blank, we'll just get the actual details of that receipt here. So as you can see, this transaction was on the 29th. It had specific order items along with the gratuities listed. This is the receipt you would get if you issued it from the device at the time of the transaction. And we have the ability to deal with it here, and it also helps us if there's a problem with a payment device where maybe the customer isn't able to void or refund the transaction. We have the ability to do it from here. We also have different debugging options, and I'm going to show from the back of house component. Again, there's certain components, and the back of house component itself is what will be determining open orders, or it'll apply the payments to the orders. And from here we can see what orders are open. This one doesn't happen to have any at the moment, but we can do things like check the menu for the Symphony environment, pull the revenue centers, what tables are currently in use, and again stream the logs. For the devices, there's similar capabilities. Each device has the ability to have specific tip configurations. Is that device supportive of paper receipts, for instance? We can do email and SMS right from there. The utilities is especially useful if it's a QSR site. We can view the order slot stream for that device should it be having issues such as that point of sale terminal is not pointing to the correct device. It lets us debug things from here, so we can get the order slot streams and determine what's happening. Ultimately, there are other capabilities of this, but what's particularly useful is when we look at, say, the order from device config. If I make a change to this and I do the save and push, then what this is going to do is save the configuration, but also push it down to all the connected entities for that store. And so we have the ability to look and see for the jobs that it's taking that and pushing it down to the devices. A lot of these are offline, so it's not really going to succeed. But we can see what did or didn't work, and anytime a device or the connector will come back online, the job will actually kick in and push it to that so that it gets the updated configuration. We can also see, if we look at the specific store, we may be able to probe that and see what's happening. So like I can see it has .NET Framework 4.8, it's running Windows 10, and the current calls, like I am running a probe right now, so I can see that as a currently open call. These are all the internal services that the Windows service itself runs, and in general, we have certificate-based communications. We can see the certificate here, and the same thing holds true for each of the devices. We can see what the certificate details are here. We can revoke the principal if we either decommission that or it was stolen. We can just revoke the device principal so it can't actually connect to anything any longer. And ultimately, this is the control plane for managing and viewing all the data for the connected entities within the eThor fleet.